Hey kiddos, we are going to check our work. Okay, so this is the Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing, chapter 1 and 2 section where we made some inferences based on the sections that we read. So I just want you to make sure that you've done this on your own because the only way you're going to get better is by practicing on your own first and then checking in with me. And so if you haven't done your we-do yet, you need to complete that first. Okay, so make sure your we-do is done and then we are ready to check our work. So this is the excerpt that I gave you. It says, a nice book would have been a good idea, I thought, but a picture dictionary? That's for babies. I've had my own regular dictionary since I was 8, but I knew I had to be polite, so I said, thank you very much. It's just what I've always wanted. And we know that this is from Peter. It says down here, Peter, page 15. So I know that was Peter talking to me. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look for those clues, all right? So one thing that I see is he goes, but a picture dictionary? That's for babies, okay? He says he's had his own since he was 8, and then he has to be polite, so he says this right here, thank you very much. It's what I have always wanted. So now that I've highlighted some good clues about things that Peter has thought, acted, felt, or said, I'm going to sort them into the correct boxes. So what Peter said, let me get my clicker. What Peter says, he says, and I put this beginning part in there because I want you to know that even though he says, thank you very much, it's what I've always wanted, we know that he says, I had to be polite, so I said, thank you very much. It's just what I've always wanted. Please notice that I have quoted this word for word. That's how I should see you quoting this on your graphic organizer. Okay, so I wrote it exactly how it was quoted in the book. What the character thinks, Peter goes, a picture dictionary? That's for babies. I've had my own regular dictionary since I was 8. Okay, and then what he does, we know that he lies to Mrs. Yarby instead of telling the truth because that's his action, right? Now, notice that this is not quoted word for word because the author didn't say he lied to Mrs. Yarby, but we can tell from what he was thinking to what he says that he's kind of telling a fib. That's his action, right? So now that we have a good idea of what he was saying, what he was thinking, and what he does, we're ready to make an inference about how he was feeling, okay? Based on what the character says, thinks, and does, I can infer, and so this is what my inference was, that Peter is annoyed because he got a gift that is for little kids instead of a gift he would like. Okay, so what I want you to notice is in my answer here, not only am I telling you how Peter is feeling, but I'm telling you why. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're giving complete and total answers. Look at how much I put into this graphic organizer. I didn't slap a couple words in each box down. Okay, so if your organizer is not looking as detailed as my organizer, then we know that tomorrow we need to go in and be adding much more detail. Okay, all right, here is, oops. The next one, let's clear my slide. Okay, says Fudge was standing over me and Dribble was crawling around on my arm. I guess Fudge could tell I was about ready to kill him because he bent down and kissed me. That's what he does. When my mother is angry at him, he thinks nobody can resist him when he makes himself so lovable. And a lot of times it works with my mother, but not with me. I jumped up, put Dribble back in his bowl, and smacked Fudge on the backside. Hard. He hollered. All right, so let's go in and let's think of some clues. And remember, kiddos, when we're talking about character traits, the most important question that we're asking ourselves is how is this character thinking, acting, feeling, or speaking? So those are the clues we're going to go look for. So I've got my pen. You guys had your highlighter bars. It said that Fudge could tell I was about ready to kill him. He bent down and kissed me. That's what he does when my mother's angry at him. He thinks nobody can resist him when he makes himself lovable. A lot of times it works with my mother, but not with me. I jumped up, put Dribble back into his bowl, and smacked Fudge on the backside. Hard. Okay, so I've got some good clues about how Peter was maybe thinking, his actions. Peter's thinking he's about ready to kill him. He has an action of smacking Fudge on the backside. Okay, so I'm ready to sort my clues now into my boxes. Remember, we're talking about what characters say, what they think, and what they do. So here, Peter doesn't say anything. He never says any words to Fudge, so I have nothing to put there. But in the thinks box, This is what he's thinking. I was about ready to kill him. And see how I wrote it, word for word. I guess Fudge could tell I was about ready to kill him because he bent down and kissed me. And that's exactly what I wrote right here in the box. So kiddos, you need to make sure that you're not slapping one or two words down in these boxes. They need to be well-written clues that you've gathered word for word from the text. And then what the character does, this is where Peter jumps up and smacks him on the backside, right? It says, I jumped up, put Dribble back into his bowl, and smacked Fudge on the backside. Hard. All right, so let's think. This is where we use our background knowledge. What do we know about a big brother who is thinking, I'm about ready to kill this kid, right? And he smacks the little brother on the backside. What do you think that Peter could be feeling? What is your background knowledge in this situation? Well, I know I had two little brothers. And I know that when I thought these things and when I did those things, man, was I annoyed by them. I was bothered by them. They were making me mad. So this is the inference that I came up with. I said, I can infer that Peter is angry because Fudge touched Dribble. Please notice that I didn't only just say that Peter is angry. I told you why. Peter is angry because Fudge touched Dribble. Okay? All right, kiddos. So this is it for your We Do for today. You will have an exit ticket. Check your agenda for the title of your exit ticket. No, today's We Do is chapters 1 and 2. So your exit ticket should be character trait exit ticket 2, I'm pretty sure. That's what you're going to work on. But again, check your agenda for the actual, make sure it's the right title. And I want you to be thinking about everything that we did today in our We Do. How is this relating to our goal of being able to describe and analyze character trait, motivation, and change? Okay, I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about that when you're applying it to your exit ticket today. And so I think I've got it on this. Hang on, come on now. There's our goal. This is what we said that we're trying to think about, is being able to describe and analyze character traits, motivations, and changes. And then here's our exit ticket that I want you to go work on for me today. You're going to do exit ticket. I'm pretty sure it's 2, but again, check your agenda to make sure, because your agenda will have the correct information on there. You're going to make your inference just like what we've been doing. You're going to submit your answer, and please read the feedback on it. See what you got, see why you got it, because anytime you type, it's going to count you wrong. But I'm going to put my answer in there, and if your answer and my answer sound the same, then you probably got it right, and you're going to get full credit. And then tonight, your homework is going to be to read chapters 3 and 4. All right, kiddos, if you have any questions, let me know.